Greetings to you. This is my little tutorial on run-on sentences and comma splices. How do you like my headset? Should I be working in Starbucks? Is that a latte, sir? Double espresso? Did I say espresso? Let me talk about something I really do know about and something that excites me so much, and that is how to write a sentence properly. Now, there is one particular kind of mistake that pops up that is really important for you to get down. And you can break the rule every so often, as writers do, but first you have to master it and know it so that you then know how to manipulate it. And it has to do with this: run-on sentences, also known as comma splices. So you know that you have to have a regular sentence like, my house is on fire. That will work on its own. Or here's another one: it is going to explode. Ah, that's another one. Those are two individual sentences: subject, subject, verb, verb. Same thing down here. There is my grandmother. She is so wrinkly. Two separate sentences. Now it becomes a mistake when you improperly join them, or rather you just rush them all together like this. Why don't I draw on here and make it really fancy for you? So here is sentence number one, and here is sentence number two. So we have to separate these in the proper way. And often the mistake happens with these little words like it and she. Let me get this off here. So you got to be wary of these little words, these pronouns. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so they are words like he, she, it, we, they. Tiny little words that people think, especially people think they're so nothing that why would you ever separate them? Just join them in with what you were saying before. Like this right here, the it and the she. So this is what happens, and we speak in run-ons, and we speak in this comma splice. Comma splice is just using the comma. We speak like this, rush them together, so let's replicate that in what we write. So again, what you want to do is get the rules down, understand them, and then you can manipulate them a bit. So once again, what is it? It is the joining together of two complete sentences in the wrong way. So how do you correct it? Well, there's a bunch of ways to do it. One way is to just make a new sentence. Voila, like that. Or down here. Get the idea. So you're starting a new sentence. Now, for some of you, you think, well, this is a little bit too jagged. Or actually, let me back up here. Another thing you can do if you want to be fancy is use a semicolon. Now, I'll teach you about semicolons later on, but that's something you can use. A semicolon is just like a period, and actually, it's a pretty nice thing to use here because it's suggesting that this part is so close to this part that we're going to use kind of a half period, half comma, to imply their connectiveness, their relationship. So you can use a semicolon, you can use a period, or you could do something else like a connecting word, like and. That'll work. Or some kind of relationship, or different things you can do with the sentence, like not that I can think of on the top of my head. If there were a way to change the language really from these, but what I'm trying to do is keep the language as it is now, and how you would then correct it. You could make more complicated sentences, of course. So once again, to review, we're talking about run-ons here, and run-ons are, it has nothing to do with the length of a sentence at all. It has to do with not separating them sentences in the correct way. It often happens when you have words like these, but these are just like any other noun, like road and plane and computer. These are things, these are people, you can touch them, and that makes them nouns, makes them subjects. All right, so that's the deal here. So if you tend to do this, be on the lookout for when you finish a sentence and then you have another sentence that starts with one of these words here. You might want to pause for a little bit and see what you want to do with it. By the way, I just want to make the point that If you are writing dialogue and someone says, ah, my house is on fire, it's going to explode. Dialogue is different. People are always changing punctuation to replicate how people speak. So that's a whole other thing. But just like this, the proper thing to do, semicolon, period. Okay? So you want to master this like you want to master all the grammar things, and then you can start to play around with them a little bit. All right, that'll do it for now. Hope this helped out.